It's In the Field Radio, y'all, on 91.3 FM, WVKR, Poughkeepsie, Independent Radio.
I'm in the field right now, and it goes a little something like.
Welcome to In the Field Radio, 91.3 FM, WVKR, Poughkeepsie Independent Radio. I'm Erin Boogie here with Miss Lady D.
What's going on?
Man, what isn't going on? Yo, the world is a crazy place, my friend. So first I want to talk about, it's a tie for me between Kanye West's Eazy video and Kodak Black giving his 7-year-old son a diamond grill for his birthday.
I mean, that is the kind of parenting I support.
He's going to lose all his teeth and then it's not going to fit.
I feel like, he's that young?
Yes.
Like, not like, how old is he? 8?
7.
7? Ooh, yeah. Do you think, his teeth are going to grow back in, right?
Yeah, but his mouth is going to grow. Yeah. Like, I want to say that grill has a very short shelf life compared to if you had just waited for him to fully grow.
Now, so check it, right? Say I get a bunch of diamonds, right, on a piece.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to change the piece, could I not have my same diamonds taken off of that piece and manipulate the piece? Like bust it down, kind of break it down and reuse those same things that I paid for?
Yeah, you could take the diamonds off and melt down the gold and reuse it somewhere else for sure.
So do you think that they do things like that? Like famous people that spend all this money on chains and things with their names on it, whatever. Do you think they ever change it to something else? Like a different pendant?
I'm going to tell you right now that I'm not rich and famous, and I have a necklace that was made from my grandmother's necklace. So it's called the Waldensian Cross. We're Waldensian Protestants out of Italy. And so it's like a whole thing. Like my people were like persecuted. They had to flee France in like the 1600s. We settled in a valley in Italy, and the same people is still there. Like many generations later, like if you go there, there's still Renaults and stuff in the Alps. So the cross was real important to my family. My grandmother had one. So my grandfather took it to a jewelry store and had molds made of it and had one made for all of the grandchildren. So he, as the oldest grandchild, he gave me the mold. So now if anybody else has children that wants to have a cross made, they can have it made.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that like the rich and famous probably do that all the time on a larger scale. And matter of fact, I'm actually going to see eventually, because my cousin has a daughter now, and so I'm gonna see how much it would cost to get one made for her so she can have one, because that's my little twin. She deserves it.
Aww. That's so cool.
So not as cool was Kanye West's Eazy video, which portrays him kidnapping Pete Davidson and burying him alive and then pouring seeds on his head and having the head sprout flowers. But then also there's shots of him in the video cradling the severed head.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so it doesn't sound as bad as it is, which like that sounds pretty bad, right? But so yes. I heard about it and I went over to watch the video, and it was deeply disturbing for me. It's a claymation video and it's very dark, and it just didn't sit right with me. If you haven't seen it, you have to go check it out.
Oh my goodness. So wait a minute. How many times has he publicly threatened this man? This has to be like him, the lyrics. Is this for the song he made the lyrics for?
Yes, where it says that he survived the car crash to beat Pete Davidson. Yeah, it's that song. And he put a video to it where he did that.
Oh my goodness. So do you think that this is extreme?
I do. Don't you? Like, this is abuse on a grand scale that's being glorified. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Like, do you think we're blowing it out of proportion because of who it is, or no? Because I feel like if, my cousin and her husband were not together and like her ex-husband made a song about her new man and made a music video, I would probably giggle.
See, I come from a different viewpoint because I have a friend who passed away as a result of domestic violence, and I see a lot of the textbook DV stuff like happening here, like
Yeah.
the gaslighting and then like the I didn't get what I want, so now I'm aggressive, and you know what I mean. Like I really feel for like people always say you don't have to preface this with this, but I feel like I do because it kind of gives context, right? So I don't have I don't have any feelings towards Kim Kardashian. Like I don't hate her, I don't love her, I don't watch their show. Living in excess is like not something I want to watch on a weekly basis, but I feel for her because I can't imagine how this feels to her. Like she was married to this man for 7 years. They have 4 children. She clearly stuck with him through, you know, a couple of his very public meltdowns. You've decided to walk away from the marriage and now this is happening. I would be mortified and I would be scared.
Yeah. I think what bothers me the most is that it's clear that he feels like he has just eternal access to her.
Yes.
That's what's disturbing. Like you do not automatically get access to her just because you have kids or
It's
just
also
because he's your ex-husband, but you could just see how it's like expected.
It's also his incessant need to share his interactions with the world with her. So it's like he has an unhealthy relationship with social media and his fan base and the media, and then also with his feelings towards her. It's like not something we've really seen before. Usually these celebrity divorces, like you see with Dr. Dre and his wife, it was messy, but it was privately messy. It was only what we got fed that we knew about. But with this, it's like Kanye is giving you a glimpse into every moment.
And it's not painting him out to be the good guy.
No,
and he's
not
still
at all.
doing it. Like there's no shame or fear.
No, he doesn't care.
I mean, how could somebody be so free to be publicly doing that, abusing?
Because in our society, that's glorified.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's subject change. That
Oh,
was too heavy.
sorry.
I don't like it. No, that's okay.
Yeah, but you're just like in front of for the whole world to see, and it's just happening. Could you imagine that? That's what's really scary.
No, it's uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable for her.
Yeah. I went to see Spider-Man. I mean, Batman. I mean, Flying Rat Guy.
Flying Rat Guy? How was it? I wanted to go see it.
I thought it was pretty good. There were some cool fight scenes and what have you. I also share in the disappointment on the choice of actor for Batman. I didn't think that he was as handsome as we would have liked.
Well, yeah, that's atrocious.
Especially since the guy's got, right, Zoe Kravitz.
Listen, he's just Edward from Twilight forever.
Yeah. Oh, so he was supposed to be hot.
Yeah, but I don't think he ever really was, right? Like, even in Twilight, were you like, man, that Edward?
Some people were.
I think people were more in love with the idea of the story, because how many people talk about him or that storyline now?
No one.
Exactly.
Yeah. That I always felt like Batman was kind of corny because of the lack of death. I don't think the other superheroes just come out and kill people either, but they make a big deal out of it here, and it's been my least favorite thing.
Yo, someone actually on Facebook posted that they would rather bring George Clooney back as Batman, or no, Ben Affleck back as Batman, and I was like, oh god, it's that bad?
I like the Ben Affleck Batman.
See, I didn't see that one either. I really stopped after the Michael Keaton Batman back in the 90s.
Oh my goodness. It was pretty good. Apparently it's gonna be continued as a show that's on HBO.
Oh, I love HBO.
Yeah. So whatever that Batman thing is that comes out there, that'll continue from the movie.
See, that I'll tune into.
Yeah.
And I just want to give a shout out to FWC Big Key out of Detroit. I got to attend his introductory dinner on Wednesday down in the city, and he's got some dope music, so definitely check him out. But also check out Ocean Prime in Manhattan. The steak was unbelievable.
How do you order your steak?
Medium rare.
Medium rare?
Yeah, no, don't serve me a hockey puck. I will send it back.
So not medium well?
No, and not medium. It has to be medium rare.
Oh my goodness. So you just want it seared real quick and off.
Yep. Oh yeah, my steak was red in the middle.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a carnivore.
Yeah. Mob ties.
Let's get into some music, and then we have a super dope interview with India Ivonna, who won the first ever Sessions Live Talent Showcase. And after we come back from the interview with her, we'll discuss the showcase. How does that sound?
Fabulous.
All right, we'll be back. Okay, welcome back to In the Field Radio. I'm Erin Pookie. I'm here with Miss Lady D.
What's going on?
And we have India Ivonna in the building.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing fabulous today, especially now that we have you here. So we wanted to sit down with you as the winner of the very first Sessions Live Talent Showcase. How are you feeling?
I honestly am feeling like so great. Like I'm just so blessed and so grateful, and honestly like a little overwhelmed. Like it's still even in this moment, like it's kind of unreal. It's almost a week later and it still feels unreal just because there was just so much talent in the building and just like so much love and support. Like it felt like everyone that was there was someone that I knew or someone that came out to support me, but realistically they didn't even know me, and they just loved me and they took in my talent and they took in what I had to give the people. It was great. It was really great. I loved it.
I don't know. I felt like you had a lot of supporters in the building. Shout out
I did. Shout out to them. Yeah. Shout out to my team. Like my team is dope. Like they're really dope. And you know what's so crazy is that like for every like probably like a crowd that looked like there were like 4 people there, only one of them knew me. Like they were like people that they brought from their jobs and like people that they told about that like they just know, like neighbors or whatever, and like they just happen to come. So these are other like, so realistically they're like people that don't know me, but they're like, okay, well we're here and this is who my friend is supporting, so let me support her too. But like they've like kind of never heard my music, they don't know who I am. So it was dope for them to be there. And then like they were like, oh, she's good. Okay, yeah, no, we like her. So that was cool.
Oh, I love that. So what are you looking forward to over the next 6 months with the management contract?
Definitely, like I've been pushing myself like being like an artist and just doing everything by myself. And like some people I feel don't truly understand the whole entire grasp of that. Like when you're the artist, it's like, yeah, no, I'm the artist, yes, but I'm the artist that not only just performs the talent, but I also write everything that I'm doing. I go out, I look for my beats. I'm the one that, I promote myself, I market myself, I do my own branding. I have so many other endeavors that I'm involved in, and that I have my hand in like so many different pots. So to be able to have a team that's gonna, support me and have my back, and like it's really, really important to me that, I know I won the showcase, and I know that, everyone had their own input into who won as far as the panel and the judges. But like it's very important to me that, the management team itself completely and utter believe, like you believe and know what I know, and that I'm destined for greatness, and that there is no anything else besides that for me in my future. So I'm like really excited to be able to like let people into that bubble and allow them to help me to like organize it a little better and just like offer opportunities for me to get out of this area, because I've already conquered this area. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, like not to sound arrogant or conceited or cocky or anything like that, but I've taken over this bubble in this area years ago. I've done the singing scene here. I've done the acting scene here. I've done the posting scene here, the modeling scene here, and I did my thing. And now it's just time to move on to bigger and better, because now it's time to branch off and to really show other people who don't know me personally or see me on a daily basis. I need them to hear my music and just be like, oh my goodness, like I feel that, I understand that, I know where she's coming from, and I want them to utilize everything that I'm saying as something that they can listen to for their coping mechanisms and for what they're going through in their lives, because that really be where I'm at when I write. So it's just that's I'm just so excited for that. Like that's where it's really at, like branching off and making sure that I'm heard, period. Like that's it.
What are some goals that you have for yourself?
A goal that's that for some people might be small, but for me it's a big deal. And it's like just to put out honestly more content and be more consistent. Definitely to I mean, eventually the goal is definitely to get that Grammy.
Yeah.
Get those period.
Speak it into existence.
Like, to get that Grammy that's got my name on it, and it doesn't mean that it's made in India. It literally has my name on it. Like,
oh my goodness.
So like I need that Grammy definitely. I want to collab with a known artist. I wouldn't even like say a specific one, like, because my go-to Goku that I would do, like, and that like is like a dream of mine, is like, unfortunately to say, but it's a little far away in distance as to reach, because my go-to would be Beyonce.
Ooh.
Like, I would love to sing a song with Beyonce, and if not sing a song with Beyonce, I would even love to write a song with Solange, because we all know that majority of Beyonce's catalog was written by Solange, and Solange is legitimately like an ultimate, like, I salute the mess out of her for her writing skills. So I would love to write with her, because even in still, for me, in the same sense, it would still be like I'm doing a project or doing something with Beyonce. So, and like, shout out and time out, but like, in the field radio listeners, like, those of you who are, and I'm gonna go there, I don't care, I'm a Beehive girl, so those of you who are so annoyed with the fact that Beyonce has so much success and want to say that she can't sing, best believe you don't know music, because that woman can hit every key and every note, period, possible. Her father legitimately trained her and made her get on the treadmill and run while she sang. And for those who don't perform and don't do music, you have no idea how difficult that is. It is very, very difficult. And to have been able to train like that and then actually overcame that, and now you've mastered it where it is to the level that it's at now, she is phenomenal. And she is my generation's, legend. And the woman that changed the game. So I'm really like obsessed with Beyonce, Beehive girl.
Who are some of the other performers that stood out to you at the showcase?
Well, always sticks out to me, and it's because it's not just even the songs, because he's a great writer. I've actually worked with him before. He actually helped the writing on Sunshine Where on my project Life After Love, but the popcorn always gets me. So Ice to God, shout out to him. Like,
shout out
he did a phenomenal job.
Yes.
Because like, for nothing, like, to go up after me, like, he really had to come and bring that energy, and he kept that energy up. Like, he did his thing. So he always sticks out to me. He just really has this pizzazz about him, and I love his music. So shout out to Ice to God. Definitely Ice to God, and Slim Tim.
Yes. Thank you.
Slim Tim. And you know what it was for me? Like, I actually just recently found out, like, it was his first performance.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
He was very nervous.
It was his first performance. He's never performed before. And shout out to him, because for someone who never performed before, and for him to have, like, I want to say that I started watching like midway through his first song, which I loved his first song that he did. It was called Pardon Me, and it was so freaking dope. So like, I love that. But his brother, I was like all over the place, like networking, and like after I performed and stuff, like I tried to like sit down and listen to certain people's performances. But his brother came up to me. He's like, listen, you did a phenomenal job, and me and my family, we love you, but I really need you, and I need your support, and I need you to come and watch my brother. He's really good. Like, just come and show him love. I'm like, yeah, like, no doubt, like, not a problem. Like, I'm there. And I've seen a lot of artists in this area, like, and even outside the area, because I've been to so many different like things, showcases such as these or the art event, different things. So I've never seen this man before in my life, this boy, like, ever. And he got up there and he really did his thing. Like, I was I was like, oh, okay. And the song was a really good song. It was really catchy. It was memorable. And then when he posted on Instagram and he was like, yeah, da-da-da. And I'm like, wait a minute, bro. Like, this is your first performance? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yo, you did that. Like, for that to be your first performance, you really did a great job. Like, he was just like, he was interacting with the crowd, and it was a good song. So he was dope. Let's see, solo music. Me and him actually got a song coming out soon. Go and get that. It'll be called Feel Good. So that's a dope situation. He did his thing, but he always does his thing. He actually performed at my EP release party.
Do you have any other live performances coming up after this one?
I know that part of the prizes and winning, it was to be a part of all the sessions going forward within the next 12 months. So definitely gonna be a part of those. The Yard event, which is it's kind of like a small, intimate gathering between some spectators, but mostly other artists, and we perform our work. It happens every month. So I'll be performing at that. I want to say that their first one's going to be next month in April. So I'm like so excited for it. You guys have no idea. Like, that is my favorite event. Like, it's just so, like, for artists, it's just like the go-to, because you get to really sit there and you get to get the knowledge that you need within this business. You guys have, like, there's a whole entire discussion portion within the event. And then everyone gets to perform their music. You get to have other people listen. They even have, like, if there's enough time at the end of the night, they'll play like certain beats that we all have, or like hooks that you might have on a song with no verses or whatever, so that you can mix and mingle and kind of, get on it with other people. And then I may or may not be performing out in Maryland. I'm waiting to hear back from the promoter of that event. So just have to stay tuned and go and follow me on Instagram, lovely_India_Ivonna, Ivonna. So that'll be dope. I'm excited about that one, to get out of town.
And so what can we expect next? I know we have Life After Love is out now, and I know you're working on new music. So when can we expect that?
Well, I definitely dropped In Spite of You is out. That right now, I'm not even gonna lie, In Spite of You is like it's literally like wildfire. Like, people love this new joint, and I just dropped it, like, I want to say 2 weeks ago. And when I say people love it, people love this song. Like, everyone can relate to it, and it's so crazy because it's so close to home, and the fact that everyone accepted it and loves it as much as they do is just dope. So that's out right now. I'm actually, like I said, solo music is dropping, a collab with me and him. Juice Broadway.
Shout out
dropping
to him.
A collab. Shout out to him. He's got a couple of songs that he's dropping that's a collab as well with me and him. And then I'll be dropping a couple of singles, or a few singles, before I drop my next project itself. I'm just working out the ins and outs of exactly where I want to go with this project, what I'm feeling, how I am in life, because I'm really a storyteller. If you listen to Life After Love, if you listen to any of my singles, even if you listen to the collaborations that I have with other people, when I get on and I sing and I write, I'm always telling the story. It doesn't matter. I'm always going to paint you a picture so you can actually see it in your mind, in your head, so that you could get it and be able to come closer to even relating to it. You know what I mean? So once I figure out the direction I'm going with that, and then, the EP that I'm doing with the new management team and everything that's a part, and then the contract, and then the prize, that I won from that'll be another project as well. And then I also have a project that I'm working on with Blackout. Shout out to Blackout. He's dope. He's a dope producer. He's even a dope artist as well. So I'm working on a project with him. It's gonna be fully produced by him, and he got some fire. So you just know that's gonna be a hype moment. So that'll probably be dropping this summer.
So March is Women's History Month, and since we're all about female empowerment on this show, it's important for us to highlight females. So who are some women that are instrumental in your life?
My adopted mother is the go-to Goku for me, for inspiration, period. Like, the strength in what she embodies as a woman, and a Black woman in America, is just beautiful. And the examples that she gives me, and just how to present myself and how to go about life is beautiful. And I love her for that. Definitely her. My aunt, she passed away, so rest in peace to her. She was definitely special. She was like 97. Let me tell you something. That woman never curved a daggone thing. She said exactly what she wanted to say when she wanted to say it. And if you couldn't handle it, then you just needed to get out the kitchen. And she was like that until the day she died. And I embody that. Me and her are very similar in that way. I'm gonna say what I want, when I want, how I want, and that's that. And I'm not gonna have any regrets about it at all either, because at the end of the day, if we sit there and we don't say what we mean, and we're just gonna harbor it, and it's just gonna sit there and it's gonna fester and it's gonna be inside of us, and we'll never be able to, unleash that and get it out of our chest. So I definitely love her for that, because she showed me the way to be able to be myself and to be comfortable with it so that I could express myself properly. So shout out to my aunt Ethel. Rest in peace. We love you.
All right, and just let our listeners know one more time what your social media is and where they can find all your music.
My music is on all digital platforms. However you listen to your music, that is how you're going to listen to me. Only one that's not on the SoundCloud, and it's India like the country, India, Ivonna, Ivonna. And you can follow me on Instagram, lovely_India_Ivonna, Ivonna. Definitely go and get that. Hashtag ISY in spite of you. That is definitely that's gonna be the banger. That's gonna be my Capella Gray. That's gonna be my Gallus word, because that one right there is fire, and it's not that long, but everybody loves it. So go and check that out. Life After Love is out. Stay tuned, because I'm coming, and when I say I'm coming hard. So look out for me.
And so we're gonna get into Why Me. So why don't you take us into that record?
Okay, this right here is my second single off my first project, Life After Love. And Why Me is for everybody, guys, girls, doesn't matter who you are. Definitely go and relate to it. It's out now. Why me? Period. You just ask the question. Why me?
Awesome. Thank you. All right, so we're going to get into Why Me, and then we'll be back. Welcome back to In the Field Radio. I'm Erin Boogie. I'm here with Lady T.
What's going on?
I love being able to say that now that you're back home, instead of being like, I wish that she was here today.
Yeah, I like it too.
But listen, you were fresh off the plane, barely touched down in the US, and hosting a talent showcase.
It was a really great feeling.
It's been a while since you've had to host something like that too.
Yeah, like just not because of deployment, but because of the COVID. And then we didn't get to do our festival. But that's okay, because this was amazing. It was the very first of its kind, like in the area.
And shout out to India for winning, man. She really brought her A+++ game on Sunday night.
It was undeniable.
And shout out to Splashy D, who came in second place, and Solo, who took third place. And I want to shout out Ice the God, who came in fourth-ish place, because we didn't really do like a top four, but his name was in the conversation with all those people that won. So I really want to emphasize that, because he's been out here grinding for a long time, and I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of growth for him over the last year, and I salute him for that.
It was really good for me to kind of check back in with all these people that I kind of started this journey with in entertainment, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And see them all and see how they have grown, what they learned, stuff they apply to themselves. And Ice is probably definitely the most improved. And everyone else, I was just happy to see them still working, putting effort into performances, dancers, all types of things to make themselves better. That's like all new stuff that I didn't see in the beginning that I start to see now. And I'm like, wow.
I want to shout out all the artists, but there was like 20 some, so clearly we don't have time for that. But I was excited over some of the artists that I had never seen before. I mean, some of the people had traveled, like that kid Zito who performed. He was dope. He came all the way from Pennsylvania to perform. EMS came from Connecticut. Slim Tim, like you pointed out to me, I didn't realize that was his first performance, and I was blown away. It was so cool to be able to link with people, link with new people, have people come perform for their first time. It's always great to be a part of that.
It was really amazing. And to go back to Slim Tim, he was listening, to all the feedback as the show was going on, right? So he starts getting nervous because it's his first time, and he starts being like, "Hey, when I go, can you like turn this up?" And Raps is like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And then he came back over a little while later and was like, "Hey, actually, never mind what I said. Don't do that." And then Raps was like, I wasn't gonna do any of that anyway."
Shout out to Raps for holding it down.
But I was like, but I had stopped him and I was like, "Hey, stop being nervous. You got this. Like, destroy it. You got it." He's like, "All right, okay, cool."
That's so cute.
But I didn't know it was his first performance yet. I was just like, "Hey, stop it. Like, get it together. Like, you're gonna do this."
Him and India were neck and neck as far as having people show up for them.
Yeah. Well, you know what I liked? I don't think like all those people that showed up for India were probably also, some of the same fans of some of the other people that were there.
Yeah, definitely.
So they were like really fans of everyone, which is actually really different than any of the showcases I've gone to, where it's like a whole area knows all these people pretty much.
Mm-hmm. And that was one of the things that stood out to me, was that a lot of people there was a lot of people in the crowd. I want to thank everybody that came out, because we were blown away by the support. Because when you do the first of something, you kind of expect that people don't know about it yet, right? So with all those people there, we were so happy with how many people came through. But the people were really engaged with all of the performances. Everybody, because we had it auditorium style with seats and stuff, and everybody sat down when the show started, and for the most part they were all in their seats watching the performances and engaging with the artists.
Yeah, it was a really great crowd, great turnout. No violence, no nothing.
No issues at all. I'm excited for the next one
For sure.
Well, I think that's all the time we have for this week, but it was dope getting to discuss our little session showcase and where that's going, because I'm excited. Make sure you follow us at In The Field Radio everywhere. Email us info@inthefieldradio.com.
Thanks for chilling with those chicks on Mondays.
All right, it's been real. It's In The Field Radio, 91.3 FM, WVKR, Poughkeepsie Independent Radio.
Good night.